Coming up next, boys high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Welcome to boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television. Alongside Gary Pelder, I'm Rob Polinsky. It's the Lorain Titans taking on their neighboring rivals, the Clearview Clippers. Lorain comes in with a record of 8-2, coached by John Rossitano. The Clearview Clippers have won 9 games this year. They are 9-1, coached by longtime coach John Sally. For the Clippers, they were in action last night. Gary had the game on AM 930 WEOL. It was Lutheran West succumbing to Clearview 92-65, and last for the Lorain Titans, they lost on Thursday to Cleveland Heights 65-55. And Gary, when these two neighboring rivals get together, it's always an interesting game.
Yeah, it is, and of course, a lot of people in the community here tonight. We got a very good crowd. It should be a great ball game. I'm looking forward to it. I had the opportunity to stop out on Thursday, and I saw the Titans taking on Cleveland Heights, and took one on the chin a little bit on Thursday. They were down by 7 at half, and got it as close as, I believe, 4 in the second half, and just couldn't get any closer, and took the loss on Thursday night. Last night I got to see the Clearview Clippers, and the Clippers, as you just mentioned, had a big win against Lutheran West, but Lutheran West is in a different type of league than Cleveland Heights or Lorain High.
Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups. First for the Titans under John Rossitano, it's Jodeci Kreit, a 6'1 junior, Jordan Jackson, a 6'4 sophomore, Tavon Pierre-Lewis, a 6'6 junior, Devon Grant, a 6' junior, David Weatherington, a 6'1 senior. For the Clippers and John Sally, it'll be Jalen Paschaloy, junior, Sam Daniels, a senior, Javon Todd, a junior, Jameer Billings, a freshman, and G. Newton, a senior. And the Clearview Clippers playing without Evan Barrios, who was hurt, one of their seniors and leaders on the team, and they will miss him tonight. Our 3 officials, Jeff Toth, Tom Marini, and Gerald Parks. Clearview in the road blue uniforms, blue jerseys, blue shorts. They're trimmed in gold and white, and the Lorain Titans are in their home whites, trimmed in blue, as these two teams are out on the floor. And we're just about set for basketball, and it's a good-sized crowd here, Gary. It always is when Clearview and Lorain battle.
Yeah, good-sized crowd and a good night for basketball, so let's get it going.
And we are getting it going, and the tip is controlled by the Titans. And quickly, end-to-end, off the tip, laying it up and in, Devon Grant comes in averaging 22 a game. Doesn't take him long there. And the Titans lead it 2-0. Clippers missed the shot. And at the other end, we're going to have Gerald Parks say that ball went out of bounds off of a Clipper, Jalen Paschal. It'll be Titan basketball. Jordan Jackson to inbound for Lorain. And he gets it to Devon Grant, who leads the Titans in scoring, 22 points. Our stats are a couple of games old, so some of these numbers may not be exact, but you get the point. We've got stats for Lorain in 8 of their 10 games. Shot goes up by David Weatherington. It's no good. The Clippers quickly coming to the other end, Gary.
It's a very, very fast-paced game so far.
Yeah, I would guess that might favor Lorain, although Clippers want to run, and missing that shot was Jalen Paschal. And a rebound comes to the hands of the Lorain Titans. End-to-end, laying it up and in is Jordan Jackson. Jackson with 2, and Lorain leads 4-0. So a good start for the Titans, Gary, a minute into the game.
And once again, another quick pass and quick shot. And
Javon Todd missing that. You're right, Gary. And Titans, I think Clearview's playing into the Titans' hands a little bit. Jalen Paschal brings it into the front court, gets the top of the key. The 3 ball goes up off the rim, no good. Missing that was Javon Todd. And now David Weatherington for Lorain. He'll put it up. It's no good. And the rebound is knocked out to Jameer Billings. Billings into the front court. Billings gets it outside to Javon Todd. Cross court for G. Newton. Bounce pass to Jalen Paschal. Jalen picks up the dribble, got it to Javon Todd. Wide open jumper, got it. Javon Todd gets the Clippers on the board. They trail 4-2. Gerald Parks stops play momentarily to a conversation with the Clearview Clipper cheerleaders. I think he wants them to not be right under the basket. So we get them figured out.
And Clearview bringing defensive pressure, man-to-man defensive pressure.
And it's Devon Grant bringing it across the timeline for Lorain. They get it to Tavon Pierre-Louis, top of the circle. Back to Grant, left elbow jumper right there. But that's a good-looking shot, Gary. They got it to Grant at the left elbow, and he hit it.
And Lorain's been pretty much on so far this evening.
Yes, Clippers break the press, put the shot up. It's partially blocked. They get it outside. Long three ball by Paschal. It's good. So Paschal buries a three, and it's 6-5 Lorain. Both these teams with excellent records, Gary. Lorain 8-2, Clearview 9-1. But like you say, you just don't know Lake Erie League night to night compared to the pack for Clearview. Obviously tougher teams Lorain's going to play, but they should. They're a bigger school. They're Division I. Clearview is a much smaller school.
Yeah, the Clearview club that when I saw them last night, they've got some talent. They're very good. It's just a question of whether they've been tested night to night.
Yeah. And I think sometimes in this game, Gary, can they play with Lorain for 4 quarters? Weatherington puts it up back of the rim. No. Rebound comes down to Jameer Billings, just a freshman. Billings into the front court for Clearview. Goes cross court to G. Newton. He'll launch a 3 air ball. And the rebound is Lorain's as Grant gets it ahead to Weatherington. Beats him to the basket, lays it up and in. But I think sometimes that's what happens. Clearview hangs with him, and then Lorain, I think, is able to pull away some years. And then there's been other years where just from the get-go, Lorain has kind of blown them out. I expect a tighter game tonight. We'll see how it goes. With a basketball, Paschal gets it out to Billings. Cross court, jumper goes up, off the rim, no good. And skying for the rebound are the Titans. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. As Grant was trying to outlet it, he was fouled.
I think realistically one of the big differences is Lorain has a little bit of a height advantage in that front line. And although I think the Clippers and Lorain, similar styles offensively, they're both going to be able to run with each other. But the Clippers will have to shoot at a high clip, a high percentage, because I don't think they're going to get those rebounds.
And the Clippers are going to really have to battle on the defensive boards to limit the possessions for Lorain. There's a long 3 by Devon Grant. He's got 7 already, and it's 11-5 Lorain. They get it ahead just into the ball game. Josiah Hitchens lays it up and in. Darian Jackson and Josiah Hitchens just checked in for Clearview. It's 11-7 Titans. With a basketball, Jaden Sledge into the ball game for Lorain. Left side, Grant, 3, off the rim, no. And a rebound is hauled in by the freshman, Jameer Billings, for Clearview. Clipper basketball. Billings on the drive. He's fouled on his way to the basket, says Jeff Toth. Tavon Pierre-Louis with the foul, his first, team's first. 3:33 to go first quarter. Lorain leads 11-7. Clearview inbounding. They get it in and laying it up and in. Josiah Hitchens, he was alone on the inbounds, Gary. Easy layup. 11-9, Titans by 2. Top of the circle, Cameron Davis into the game for Lorain with it. Got it to Devon Grant. Jumper just beyond the foul line is up and in. And Devon Grant with a big first quarter, Gary. He's got 9. And John Rossitano wants a timeout. He takes his first timeout. Gerald Parks, not sure what he's indicating there, but we do have a timeout on the floor for Lorain with 3:12 to go in the first quarter. Titans lead 13-9. And Gary, some of your thoughts so far?
It was a kind of an interesting timeout there by John Rossitano. He just got a basket. And I guess he's probably wanting to set up the defense and get the Titans a little bit focused here.
So following the timeout, Clearview to inbound. They get it into Josiah Hitchens. Into the front court, he'll go to Sam Daniels. Daniels working around Pierre-Louis, stripped on the way up, and it falls into the hands of Hitchens for Clearview. Back to Sam Daniels, cross court, Javon Todd, open 3 off the front of the rim, and it went in. Javon Todd with a shooter's touch. He's got 5, and the Clippers are down by a point.
I was going to say he got all the roll on that one, that's for sure.
He sure did. And on a three-pointer, you normally don't get that kind of a roll. There's a long three banked in on the other end. Jaden Sledge, his 11th three ball of the year. And it's 16-12 Lorain. In the corner with the basketball, it's going to be poked out of bounds. Doing that poking was Jaden Sledge as he stuck his hand in there and knocked it away from Darian Jackson. 2:29 to go first quarter. Lorain 16, Clearview 12. You're watching boys varsity basketball. WLCS TV 20. Rob Polinsky, Gary Pelter, Bob Schlembaker doing the camera work tonight. Thanks to Bob. Josiah Hitchens hands it off Sam Daniels. Daniels lost it on the way up, Gary, and here come the Titans 2-on-1. And they get it ahead, and a slam by Tavon Pierre-Louis, and he's fouled. Pierre-Louis with the slam and the foul.
Wow, nice play. From the way that play looked, when he got that ball on that left baseline, I thought, okay, maybe he can get by him and get a shot at a layup there, but he elevated, took it to another level to get the dunk.
What I liked was that quick outlet pass that they got him the ball, and then Pierre-Louis went straight to the basket. The 6'6 junior averaging 15 points a game. That's his first 2 points of the ball game. And Pierre-Louis, who on the year is shooting at 68%, misses that one. As a team on the year, the Titans are 67% from the line. The rebound went out of bounds. It'll be Clearview basketball. So Clipper basketball, they trail by 6 with 2:12 to go in quarter number 1.
Yeah, Lorain pushing that lead out just a little bit. They got it out to 6 right now.
G. Newton with the basketball. Gets it into the game for the first time, Anthony Terry. Terry got it back to Jalen Paschal. He had it stripped and stolen. Pierre-Louis goes up, no good, and it's an offensive rebound for the Titans. Jump stop Devon Grant. We're going to get a whistle and a foul, says Tom Rainey.
And they're moving up and down the floor, that's for sure. It's fast and furious out there.
Yep. Paschal with the foul, his first, team's third. And it'll be Tavon Pierre-Louis to inbound. He'll get the basketball from referee Gerald Parks. And he'll lob it up top for Devon Grant. Got it into Pierre-Louis. Missed the slam. Offensive rebound. Back up. No good. And it's out of bounds to who? Lorain.
I was going to say, I thought that was tipped out by the Clippers.
The officials agree with you. Jordan Jackson back in for Lorain. Pierre-Louis will take a seat on the bench. John Sally, longtime head coach of Clearview, over there having a conversation with Jeff Toth right now. In the corner, Jackson. Back outside, long three ball goes up. It's no good. And another offensive rebound. Boy, the Titans are hitting the boards already, and making that right elbow jumper is going to be Devon Grant. He's got 11. Clearview has to rebound if they're going to have a chance. 20-12 Titans. Minute 15 to go. Paschal inside. He was fouled on his way to the basket.
Yeah, and with that three ball right there, you said Lorain pushes it out just a little bit more. They've got that lead out to 8.
Yep, 20-12. You're right.
With 1:16 remaining in the first quarter play. And no matter what, I think this is going to be a high-scoring affair because they're running up and down and putting it up.
Yep. Jameer Billings checks in for Anthony Terry for Clearview. They'll inbound it to Billings. Got it to Javon Todd. Javon Todd goes up. Got the shot to go in over Cameron Davis. Cameron Davis had pretty decent defense, but Javon Todd elevated. He's got 7, and with 1 minute to go in quarter number 1, Lorain leads 20-14. On the drive, losing it out of bounds. I would think this will be Clearview basketball. I thought it went off the foot of Jordan Jackson.
So did I.
But are they saying that's going to be... Boy, John Sally can't believe it. He's saying Gerald Parks said... Boy, John Sally saw what we saw. I thought it went off the foot of Jordan Jackson, but Gerald Parks says no, it's going to stay with Lorain. Inbound to Tavon Pierre-Louis. Gets it to Cameron Davis. Davis in the corner. Get a screen and drive it to baseline. Now they'll kick it out. The three ball goes up on the left side. It's good. Jordan Jackson with 5. Titans are starting to hit from behind the arc. They've made 3 threes in the quarter. Lead 23-14. Billings will launch a quick three for Clearview. Missed it, but an offensive rebound by Sam Daniels. His shot is swatted away. It's Jalen Paschal's shot. It was blocked by Kreitz. And then Devon Grant with 13. Titans now up by 11. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Sam Daniels with it, and his pass is going to get knocked out of bounds by Josiah Hitchens. Gary, I know you're about my age, maybe a few years older, but back in the day, boxing was bigger than it is, and boxers, and one of the guys I really liked was Muhammad Ali, and what he would do in the last 30 seconds or so of a round, he would kind of steal the round, and I kind of think of that when I watch Lorain basketball, because Clearview's hanging, and then there's that run at the very end of the quarter. Now you look up, and with 14 seconds to go in the quarter, Clearview's down by 11.
Yeah, they were down by 3, then down by 6, and wow. See what happens here. We'll see what the final tally is when it's all said and done, but you're right.
When I watch Lorain basketball, one thing they know how to do is close out a quarter. Right side three, it's up, off the rim, no good. And offensive rebound for the Clippers, it's blocked, but a foul, and we're going to get Sam Daniels at the line for 2 with half a second to go. 25-14, Titans lead.
Sam Daniels at the line for the Clippers.
And I know the Clippers want to play fast, but I think they're playing too fast, Gary, and they're playing into Lorain's hands. They've taken some really bad shots, and that's helped Lorain get out in transition.
I would tend to agree with you, Rob. If they can push it down the floor and get that transition basket, that layup or that wide open jumper right off the bat, that's fine. But if you have to actually force something, maybe that's not what they want to be doing.
Daniels made both free throws, 25-16 Titans. And they're going to inbound, and actually the inbound was not touched, so it's going to go out of bounds. Clearview
should be inbounding.
Yeah.
Down there under the basket. They'll have an opportunity.
And now they're going to have an opportunity to score here, Gary, with half a second to go in the quarter off the Lorain turnover because no Titan touched the ball.
What the Titans aren't going to want to do here is just don't foul.
Yeah. Look at half a second to go. They inbound. They're going to lob it. It's tipped away, and that's the end of the first quarter. After one, it's Lorain 25, Clearview 16. You're watching boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Our little superhero looks pretty happy.
Yes, he does. I've been teaching him that eating healthy will make him grow up strong. It's so important that we both encourage him to eat healthy and exercise regularly, and that we live that way in front of him. It's never too early to start.
I wish I'd eaten healthier when I was his age.
Yeah, maybe if you had, you would have developed some special powers also.
92% of kids and teens have a poor diet, but you can change that. Teach your kids the importance of healthy eating in a language they can understand.
Ohio State is saving lives every day.
This is Ohio State.
We're the economic engine of the state, a major employer.
Over 60,000 students. We're on the forefront of cancer research. An educational core of Ohio.
Impacting tens of thousands daily.
Our alumni organization is nearly 500,000 worldwide.
This is Ohio State.
This is Ohio State.
Ohio State.
This is the Ohio State University.
Start of the second quarter, Clearview with the basketball. They trail 25-16. For the Clippers to begin quarter number 2, Jalen Paschal. He's going to inbound to Javon Todd also on the floor. For the Clippers to begin the second quarter, they have Sam Daniels, also Jameer Billings, and G. Newton. Original starting 5 on the floor for John Sally's club. They're going to get it inside. Reverse layup, no good. Missed by Paschal. Got his own rebound, put it back up, no good. Rebound comes out to Devon Grant of Lorain. Grant, Weatherington, also on the floor, Tavon Pierre-Lewis, Jodeci Kreitz, and the fifth man is Jordan Jackson, original starting 5 on the floor for the Titans. Ball's out of bounds. It'll be Titan basketball. Jeff Toth, one of the officials, will hand it off to Jordan Jackson for Lorain. He'll inbound, got it to Weatherington. Top of the circle, now right back out to Weatherington. They're going to lob it in for Pierre-Lewis. Pierre-Lewis goes up, missed the slam, but he's fouled. Lorain trying to take advantage of their height advantage. Gary, as they get it into Tavon Pierre-Lewis. Now, Clearview doesn't list their heights on the roster, but I think it doesn't take a genius to figure out that the Lorain players are quite a bit taller.
Yeah, Pierre Lewis definitely has several inches on any Clipper that's out there right now.
They list Pierre Lewis at 6'6". Sorry about that.
And when you give him that reach, they just tossed that ball into him, and there was no Clipper that was going to contest that when Pierre Lewis went up and caught it at the tide's point.
Pierre Lewis, 6'6", made both free throws. He's got 4 points. It's 27-16. The Titan lead is 11 with 7:20 to go in the first half. Into the game, Josiah Hitchens has 4 points off the bench for Clearview, gets it to G. Newton. Newton cross court, Sam Daniels measures a right wing three. He was wide open and he buried it. Daniels with 5, 27-19, the Titan lead is 8. With the basketball, Tavon Pierre Lewis. He'll run the weave and hand it off to Weatherington. He gets it to Jordan Jackson. Screen set. Jackson launches it, missed it. Rebound, out of bounds, Clearview basketball. Anthony Terry coming in for Clearview. Gary, I think it's been a well-officiated game early on. 4 fouls apiece. Tom Rainey, Jeff Toth, Gerald Parks doing a good job in charge of this one. Again, a nice crowd here at Lorain.
They've let them play a little bit in a very fast-paced game.
Yep.
Called the ones that need to be called, and no ticky-tack fouls right now.
I agree with you. With the basketball, Billings gets it left side. Javon Todd, top of the circle. Hitchens, a long three off the rim, no good. Tavon Pierre Lewis will get the rebound for Lorain. Quickly into the front court, Hill with a fancy pass that goes out of bounds. He was trying to lead Jodeci Kreit, and he threw it away. John Rossitano looks over to Mitch Gillum and Matt Killian, the assistant coaches, for a little advice. Josiah Hitchens with it. Josiah Hitchens on the drive, put it up, danced off the rim, no good. Rebound, Anthony Terry back up and good. Anthony Terry, one of the bigger guys for Clearview with the basket, and all of a sudden the Clippers are down by just 6 with 6 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
Anthony Terry had a big night last night, especially in the second half. He had 15 points.
Jordan Jackson with his outlet to Tavon Pierre Lewis. Right back to Jackson. Jackson inside. Shot blocked by Javon Todd and run down by Hitchens. Oh, what a job by Javon Todd. He'll bring it into the front court. Behind the back with a dribble. Making his move. Goes to the basket. Put it up. No, but Terry was there to clean it up and scores. Anthony Terry with 4, and it's 27-23. Lorain's lead is 4. Devon Grant with it. Grant guarded by Javon Todd.
And you talked about the pace of the game earlier, and I think now it's playing a little bit more into the Clearview Clippers' favor.
Weatherington top of the key with it. He'll take a 3, and he hits it. David Weatherington with 5.
Nice shot.
And that's a big basket because Clearview was getting some momentum, Gary, and now the 4-point lead is extended to 7 at 30-23. Sam Daniels with it. Daniels into the lane. Put it up and in. Both teams shooting well right now. 4:50 to go in the first half. Lorain leads by 5. Jordan Jackson. Cross court to Devon Grant. Gary, you've had a doubleheader today here. You were here early for the JV game with the Lorain girls in Bedford.
Yes, I was. I spent some quality time with Joe Bach earlier.
You know, you normally don't hear quality time and Joe Bach in the same sentence. Jordan Jackson for 3 off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound, Jodeci Kreit, and he gets the basketball to Tavon Pierre Lewis, and he had it stolen away by Billings. Here comes the freshman, lays it up and in. Jameer Billings is on the scoreboard. Timeout, Lorain, and Clearview's hanging around. 4:11 to go in the first half. It's Lorain 30. Clearview 27, you're watching Lorain City Schools Television, WLCS TV 20, Spectrum Cable, as you take a look at the Clearview bench as they gather around their coaching staffs. I want to remind you to check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV20. Check out the YouTube station. Now you can look at John Rossitano giving instructions to his club. The YouTube station is Lorain Schools TV 20, and like Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook, a chance to win great prizes. It's been a fun first half, Gary.
Did you do that right off the top of your head?
I take this little business card.
Oh, he's got a card there. I was
got a card, and I just sit it here.
I was very impressed there.
Until you saw the cheat sheet.
I'm still impressed, but
I carry this card with me for such an occasion. I'm told twice a game to do that, Gary.
Very good.
4:11 to go in the first half. Off the Lorain timeout. It's 30-27. Now they're showing 4 timeouts left for Lorain. So maybe that first timeout earlier was one that the officials called for, Gary.
You're possibly right, because it was a very short timeout. So
yeah,
it might have been something out on the floor over there or something going on.
Shot goes up, no, but a foul, and Jordan Jackson's going to get a couple of free throws once Gerald Parks tells us who the guilty party is for Clearview.
The first foul, number 1, Sam Daniels.
Sam Daniels with a foul, his second. Team's fifth. It was in the act of shooting. Jordan Jackson, 54% on the year from the line left. Short. 3:53 to go in the first half. 30-27. Lorain leads Clearview by 3. Second free throw, around rim and out. No good. Rebound Anthony Terry for Clearview. He'll outlet it to Josiah Hitchens.
And the Clippers right now with the ball and an opportunity with a 3 to tie it all up.
And with the basketball, dribbling outside, Sam Daniels. Daniels top of the circle. Daniels gets it in the corner to G. Newton. Back up top to Anthony Terry. Back to Newton. Working around the perimeter. Sam Daniels gets it inside to Anthony Terry, who's come in and played well. Kicks it outside. 3 ball goes up. No good by Hitchens. And Lorain clears it ahead 3-on-2. Driving all the way. Devon Grant, big game. Put it up. No good. Return by Lewis. No good. And Pierre Lewis fighting for the rebound, but Josiah Hitchens pulled it away. Here come the Clippers. Hitchens pulls up. Foul line jumper. Good. Gary, Josiah Hitchens off the bench. The junior with 6. 30-29. Lorain's lead is 1. 3 minutes to go. Corner 3. Air ball long. No good. Missing that was Jaden Sledge. Here come the Clippers with an opportunity to take the lead. It's knocked away. Out of bounds. It'll be Clearview basketball. Substitution. Jameer Billings in for Clearview. David Weatherington in for Lorain.
And it appears as of right now that obviously the Clippers have weathered that storm.
Yeah.
They were in a little bit of danger being down there by
11.
9 points and 11. Yeah.
Right, 25-14 towards the end of the first quarter. They did cut it to 9, you're right, at the end of the first quarter, but there was a time where it was 25-14 Lorain, and it looked like the Titans were ready to run away, but Clearview said not so fast. They will inbound to Javon Todd. He is guarded very closely by Cameron Davis. Todd into the lane, put it up, no, but he's fouled. And Javon Todd has a chance to give Clearview the lead at the line. As Jeff Toth says, that foul's on Cameron Davis. His first, each team with 5 team fouls. Javon Todd, a junior averaging 16 points per contest, put it up and in. He's got 8. We are tied at 30 with 2:37 to go in the first half. Javon Todd, line right, and the Clippers lead. 31-30 Clearview. They're going to get it to Cameron Davis into the forecourt. Got it to David Weatherington. Cross court, driving the basketball, putting it up is Jaden Sledge. Missed it. Rebound Javon Todd. Todd gets it into the front court, behind the back with a dribble. Now he's going to take a quick 3. That was partially blocked. Jaden Sledge. I don't think that's what Clearview wanted. Driving and scooping and scoring is Devon Grant.
What a nice move and a nice shot by Devon Grant. Very athletic. Gets the basket and gets Lorain back on top.
Gary, he's got 15. At the other end, Sam Daniels had it knocked away, stolen. They're going to pass it ahead to David Weatherington. Weatherington blocked from behind, and a foul will be called on G. Newton. So Newton called for the foul. David Weatherington will shoot 2. He's 4 out of 7 this year at the line. (32-31) Titans. Missed that one. Weatherington, a 6'1 senior, averaging 4.3 a game. He's got 5 tonight. Newton comes out. Anthony Terry back in for Clearview. Minute 55 to go in the half. It's been a good one. Lorain leads by 1. Second free throw, good.
Checking in for the Titans, number 2, Pierre Lewis.
Tavon Pierre-Lewis is in for Lorain. And they're going to get it inside to Josiah Hitchens. He'll lob it up front to Sam Daniels. Clippers down 2 with the ball. Man-to-man defense for Lorain right now as Daniels dribbles in between the circles. Left side, Anthony Terry. In the corner to Billings. Billings kicks it back out. Daniels, open jumper, got it. Better ball movement this quarter for Clearview, Gary, I think.
Yeah, they've moved the ball around well. And
wow. Tavon Pierre-Lewis wows the crowd as he scoops and scores. He's got 6. And a whistle and a foul, says Tom Rini. Jordan Jackson gets called for the foul, his first. Team 6. Each team with 6 team fouls. Next team foul will put the other at the line. With a minute 22 to go in the half. It's 35-33 Lorain.
You talked about that play by Pierre Lewis there. He did a nice spin and scoop and put it up there. He's tried a couple. He had one dunk, but he tried a couple other ones. Didn't get him to go. That time he just went with the nice, easy layup and got the basket.
Jameer Billings will inbound to Javon Todd. Javon Todd with a basketball across the midcourt stripe. Todd gets a screen from Sam Daniels. Double team, gets rid of it to Daniels. Daniels dribbles in, foul line jumper, good. Boy, Sam Daniels is finding his stroke, Gary. He's got 11, 9 of them in the second quarter. We're tied at 35. 1 minute to play in the first half. Corner 3, Grant, he's got it. Devon Grant, he's got 18. 38-35. With the basketball. Driving in, they get it to Billings, scoops it up and scores.
And that was a acrobatic shot there.
Hitchens with 8. Driving in, Tavon Pierre-Lewis put it up and in. Actually, that last 3 was not by Devon Grant. That was Jaden Sledge who made that 3. My bad. Sledge made that 3. It's 40-37 Lorain. Titans lead by 3. David Weatherington back in for Jaden Sledge. 22.5 seconds to go in the half. We're going to get it into Anthony Terry. Terry had it knocked away and stolen. Here comes Devon Grant. Now he'll take a 3. Missed it off the rim. Rebound, Sam Daniels, Clearview. 10 seconds to go in the half. Billings gets it to Daniels. Daniels across midcourt, 5 seconds. Daniels on the drive. He's going to reverse layup and score. Boy, you got to stop the penetration. And Clearview with a nice second quarter. And we are at half. Our score at half, it's Lorain 40, Clearview 39. We'll be back with the second half story right after this timeout. You're watching Boys Varsity Basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home, the brave.
Hi, I'm Khalil Brown and I am 16 in the 10th grade at Lorain High School. I'm a pre-engineering student in Lorain High Career Tech Education Program. Math is by far my favorite subject. This drew me into pre-engineering. Pre-engineering is mostly calculating numbers and computer software downloading. You get to download stuff into robots and make them do stuff. I took pre-engineering for the first and second semester, in particular CNC milling and drilling classes. I learned how to mill into wood and wax blocks. In CNC, we drill into wood and make frames and pictures and plaques. The class is very fun, but it's a lot of hard work too, because it's a lot of math and science and there's no time to goof off. When you walk in, there's tons of different machines like our robots that do stuff. and we make sure we're wearing safety goggles when we're drilling metals and things. I feel good working on machines because it comes natural to me. But even if you're not good in math and science, you will still have a lot of fun because our instructor, Mr. Bogan, walks you through it all. He's a great teacher. If you don't know how to do it, he'll take the time to explain it to you. You make sure you have a lot of fun programming machines and robots. I am glad to be in this program because now I know what I want to do with my life, and it's all thanks to Lorain High Career Tech Pre-Engineering Program.
40-39, Lorain leads at halftime. They led 25-16 after one. Clearview outscored them 23-15 in the second quarter. Quickly looking at some numbers for Lorain. Jackson had 5, Lewis with 8, Grant with 15, Weatherington with 6. Off the bench, Sledge had 6 for Clearview. Paschal with 3, Daniels 13, Todd with 9, Billings with 2 off the bench, Hitchens with 8, Terry with 4. Your stat sheet, Gary, you've been working hard. What are some numbers that jump off for you?
Well, in the first quarter, Lorain was 11 of 19 from the field for 57%. In the second quarter, they slowed down a little bit. They were 5 of 12 for 42%. At halftime, they have 16 field goals for 31 attempts for 52%. They were also 3 of 5 from three-point range in the first quarter, 2 of 3 in the second quarter, 5 of 8 overall from three-point range for 63%, 3 of 7 from the free throw line. Also, on the other side of the coin, Clearview was 6 of 14 for 43% in the first quarter, 10 of 15 for 67% in the second quarter. They have 16 field goals as well for 55% from the field. They were 3 of 4 from three-point range and 4 of 4 for perfect from the charity stripe. The only difference really is Lorain has 1 more point. They hit 1 more three-pointer. That's the only difference in the first half of play, Rob.
Clearview with the basketball as Lorain has a turnover on their first possession. Thank you very much, Gary. G. Newton will hand it off to Sam Daniels. Also Javon Todd, Jalen Paschal, and Jameer Billings. The original 5 are on the floor for Clearview. Lorain will counter with Tavon Pierre-Lewis, David Weatherington, Devon Grant, Jordan Jackson, Jodeci Crite, their original starting 5 on the floor. And that foul on Tavon Pierre-Lewis, his second, team's first of the second half. 7:22 to go in the third quarter, and Clearview trailing by 1 with the ball as the fans continue to file in after hitting the concession stand at halftime. Javon Todd inbounding, gets it to G. Newton. Newton back to Jameer Billings, the freshman. Gets it up top to Paschal, left side, Javon Todd. Todd at the foul line, back outside. Driving in Billings, 12-footer, got it. Billings with 4, and Clearview with the first points of the third quarter lead 41-40.
You just look at Billings play, and you wouldn't think he was a freshman.
You took the words out of my mouth, Gary. He does not look nor act like a freshman in any way. Tavon Pierre-Lewis on the three-point line, goes cross-court to Devon Grant. Grant puts it up, foul line jumper, good. Devon Grant, his big game continues. He's got 17, and it's 42-41 Titans. Paschal had it poked away by David Weatherington. Weatherington knocked it ahead, and now it's going to be picked up by the Clippers, but being out of bounds was Paschal. Tom Reaney says that's a turnover, give it back to Lorain. So Weatherington sticking his hand in there, starts the turnover, and it'll be Titan basketball.
Good hustle by both ball clubs, though, trying to get after that loose ball.
They're going to lob it to Pierre-Lewis. Pierre-Lewis spinning, and we're going to take the basket away, says Gerald Parks, and says he walked. Gerald Parks says he traveled. John Rossitano not happy with that call. On the inbounds, it gets ahead to Jalen Paschal. Paschal double team, got to get rid of it, does to Javon Todd. Javon Todd up and under, no good, got his own rebound, back up and scored. Javon Todd with 11, 43-42 Clearview. They hang around, 6 minutes to go in the third. This has not been what the Clearview-Lorain game has been the past several years. Driving in, scoring is Jordan Jackson. He's got 7, and the Titans regained the lead 44-43. The longer this goes, Gary, that Clearview hangs around, they're going to get more and more confident. Billings with the basketball. Billings in the lane. Billings gets rid of it to Javon Todd, top of the key 3, and he got it. Javon Todd hits one from outside. He's got 14, 5 of them here in the third.
I think confidence is there, Rob.
46-44 Clearview. I agree with you. But that was one thing I was thinking about as I was driving over here today, because Lorain has beaten them so badly the past several years. Titans get the steal. David Weatherington with it. Cross court, Tavon Pierre-Louis puts it on the floor once. His pass is going to be picked up by Grant. Gets it in the corner. Jackson put it up and good.
Nice
and that's
shot.
a 3-ball. Jordan Jackson, you're right, Gary. That was a nice shot. 47-46, Lorain by 1 with 4:50 to go in the third. Baseline jumper is going to be blocked out of bounds by Jodeci Crite. He blocked that shot of G. Newton. And coming back into the game for Clearview is Josiah Hitchens. He had 8 in the first half off the bench. He really helped Clearview off the bench in that first half. They're going to inbound it to Sam Daniels. Daniels with the basketball. Gets it in the corner to Paschal. Back out to Hitchens. Hitchens guarded by Crite. Gets it inside. Reverse layup is good by Jameer Billings. He's got 6. 48-47 Clearview by a point. Both teams seesaw back and forth, Gary. Devon Grant guarded by Javon Todd. What a matchup this is. He gets it. Driving in, Cameron Thomas, who just checked back in. Back outside to Tavon Pierre-Louis, and Lorain will set the offense.
And Pierre-Louis is setting the offense out there, the big man with the ball.
Kind of reminds you of that last year when Nas Bohannon occasionally would bring the ball up and set the offense. There's a 3. It's up, in and out by Jordan Jackson, and on the rebound, Tom Reaney says a foul on Lorain. So Pierre-Louis with a foul, his third. He is the first player for either team with 3 fouls. So he's going to come out. Weatherington back in. Pierre-Louis goes out with 3 fouls, Gary, with 3:54 to go in the third, and with Clearview up by a point.
Clearview going to inbound the ball, and it looked as if Lorain was going to put the pressure on, but they've kind of backed off a little bit there.
Jalen Paschal, left side, Josiah Hitchens, bounce pass to Anthony Terry, who just checked back in. Terry had his shot blocked by Crite, but the rebound comes down to Billings for Clearview. His cross-court pass picked off Devon Grant. Grant ahead of everybody, lays it up, no, and the rebound is going to be out to Hitchens for Clearview. Josiah Hitchens quickly brings it across. Beautiful entry pass to Terry, he scores.
They found Terry. Terry was camped out down there on the block, and Hitchens with a nice kind of no-look pass got it to him.
Josiah Hitchens off the bench has been huge for Clearview. Clippers lead by 3 with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. Driving into the lane, they're going to dump it into Crite. He had it knocked away, stolen by Hitchens. Hitchens got it to Javon Grant, long 3, short, got his own rebound. Dribbling back in, had it knocked away, loose on the floor, still loose on the floor. Picked up by Hitchens, and he is going to be undercut and fouled by Jordan Jackson, who was hustling for the loose ball. Jackson now with 3. So 2 Lorain starters with 3 fouls apiece. Jordan Jackson, Tavon Pierre-Louis.
Number 1, Sam Daniels.
Daniels in for Clearview, and for Lorain coming back into the ball game is Jaden Sledge. Clippers lead by 3, their biggest lead of the game, 2:48 to go in the third. Anthony Terry with the basketball. Terry looking, finds a cutting Daniels, who lays it up. Nobody's fouled. 14 fouls on Lorain now. And Cameron Davis with a foul. Sorry, Gary.
And what you've talked about by Jackson and Pierre-Louis being saddled with a couple of fouls there. They're on the bench. That takes a little bit of the height advantage away from Lorain High right now.
Yep. Free throw up, short. You know, that's the one part of basketball at any level you never know when you look at it and think about it, is who gets in foul trouble. And if they do, how that changes the ball game. It's kind of the one sport where you have that. You know, Gary, in football, you can give a running back the ball 30 times if you want. In baseball, you know, the good batter comes up 3 or 4 times a game. But in basketball, you never know who's going to stay on the floor due to foul trouble. And Sam Daniels makes 1 out of 2 free throws. 51-47, Clippers lead by 4. Jackson, get it across. Hitchens on the defense. Back outside to Cameron Davis. Cameron Davis back out to Sledge, Jaden Sledge. We're going to whistle and a foul on Clearview. And how will these reserves, if you will, play for Lorain, Gary, with Jackson and Pierre Lewis, who between them average about 25 points a game? How will they play down 4 without those 2 starters on the floor? I think we'll have a big part of this game. G. Newton with a foul, his second, team's first. On the inbounds, the 3 ball goes up and it's in. Devon Grant hits it.
Devon Grant has brought his game to the second half as well.
He's got 20. Timeout for the Titans. This is a 30-second timeout. Their second timeout of the game. They have 3 remaining. Clearview still with all 5 timeouts. Want to remind you that check out Lorain Schools TV 20 on Facebook for all your entertainment and informational needs. Check out that YouTube station, Lorain Schools TV 20. You can follow us on Twitter at LCS_TV 20. Like Lorain Schools TV 20 for Facebook. You get great prizes. Lorain City Schools, WLCS TV 20, now on Spectrum Cable. Gary, I know you, a lifelong Lorain native, have been watching WLCS TV 20 for years.
Yes, I have.
I knew that about you.
I've always put on a solid product, and it's only gotten better.
Since we've added you.
Well,
2:22 to go.
I wasn't saying that, but
I did.
It is nice to be here and a pleasure to be here. But Joe Bach has always put together a good product for Lorain City Schools. Does a great job.
In the backcourt, Clearview with the basketball. The pass was knocked out of bounds. Cameron Davis knocked it out of bounds. It'll be Clearview basketball. They lead 51-50. There's 2:16 to go in the third quarter. I think we're setting up for a heck of a fourth quarter, Gary. I really do.
I think we are as well. And with Lorain's big men out of the game at this particular juncture, I'm wondering if Clearview might go down to Terry a little bit more down low in the paint.
Good point. We got a whistle and a foul. This is on David Weatherington. His first, team's 5th. 5 team fouls on the range, just 1 for Clearview. Could that be a factor in the fourth quarter if Clearview can get to the free throw line? Terry comes out. Coming in is Jalen Paschal. Javon Todd to inbound. Javon Todd looking. He'll inbound for Paschal, knocked away. Boy, Javon Todd got it. Pass to Hitchens. Shot blocked. What a block there by Jordan Jackson. It's out of bounds. It'll be Clearview basketball.
What a great block by Jordan Jackson. He was down there defensively trying to hold the fort all by himself, and he did a great job.
He sure did. That's a good description. That's what he did. He did hold the fort. On the inbound, Hitchens gets it back from Paschal. Paschal did a great job of hustling, so that wouldn't be an over and back. Under 2 minutes to go in the third. They get it to Javon Todd, 15 feet from the basket. Bounce pass inside. Nice cut move. Sam Daniels lays it in. Daniels was 16. Clippers lead at 53-50. 1:40 to go in the third quarter.
I'll tell you what, whoever came to this ball game tonight, they're getting their money's worth, that's for sure.
No doubt about it. 90 seconds to go in the third. Grant kicks it outside. 3 ball up off the rim by Sledge. Rebound Hitchens for the Clearview. Here come the Clippers. Javon Todd has it. Todd driving into the lane. Todd forces his way to the basket. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Jordan Jackson of Lorain. He'll get it ahead. Corner 3 ball up. In and out. No good by Sledge. And the rebound is hauled in by Sam Daniels. So the teams have cooled off a little bit here. Now in the corner. G. Newton misses that one. And an offensive rebound, Jalen Paschal. Got it out to Hitchens. 8-footer, no good. Saved from going out of bounds, and it goes to the hands of Sam Daniels. Daniels inside, had it knocked away. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on the Titans.
And I think what I've noticed, though, is since the big men have been out for Lorain, the rebounding matchup, although I don't have the exact stats, it seemed to have evened out a little bit.
And the foul is going to go on Cameron Davis. He's the third Titan with 3 fouls. Jodeci Crite back in for Lorain. In for Jaden Sledge. Inbound to Paschal. His entry pass is knocked away and stolen by Cameron Davis. or Cameron Thomas, or yes, it is Cameron Davis. I was right the first time. At the other end, laying it up, no, but being fouled was Jordan Jackson. This will be the second team foul on Clearview this half.
Jordan Jackson with a nice aggressive move toward the basket, took it up, attempted the layup. Didn't get it, but he got fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Jalen Paschal with a foul, his third, team second. So Paschal is the first Clipper with 3 fouls. And Jordan Jackson makes the first free throw.
Number 24, Anthony Terry.
Anthony Terry will check back in for Clearview. Paschal will take a seat with 3 fouls. 53-51 Clearview, 34.3 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Glad you could join us on WLCS TV 20. This one's always one we look forward to. Lorain and Clearview. Jackson makes them both. Clearview to inbound up 1. Billings with a basketball. Billings gets it across midcourt. Picked up there by Cameron Davis defensively. Picks up his dribble. Got it to Anthony Terry. Terry back to the basket. Picks up the dribble. Got it to Billings. 20 seconds to go in the third. G. Newton with the basketball. Newton on the drive. Kicks it back out. Now Newton got it back. Around the perimeter they work it to Billings. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. He'll go to Sam Daniels. Daniels in between the circles. 5 seconds. Got to hurry. Daniels now on the drive. Daniels had it poked away from behind, and he's going to get called for the foul. Foul on Sam Daniels. That'll be his third. That's a big foul at the end of the quarter, Gary. With 1.3 to go, it gives Sam Daniels his third foul.
That's right. That's not something Coach Sally wanted to see down there.
It's not a smart play.
Well, he lost control of the basketball, went after it, and got called for that foul.
Three-quarter court, the throw and being short just barely is Devon Grant. We played 3 quarters, our score. Lorain 50, or Clearview 53, Lorain 52. Come on back for the fourth quarter. You're watching boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
Hey Luda, got a sec?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm really worried. One of my friends is living on the street.
I know someone who can help.
Who?
1-800-RUNAWAY.org. They help kids having a rough time at home, in school, or on the street. You can do a live chat on their site. They will help get her to safety.
Thanks, Ludacris.
Trust the National Runaway Switchboard. If you're having a hard time, get online or call to chat now.
Clearview outscored Lorain 14-12 to turn a 1-point halftime deficit into a 1-point lead going into the fourth quarter, but a steal by the Titans to begin the fourth. Laying it up, missing the layup was Devon Grant. And here come the Clippers at the other end. Paschal, or I should say Hitchens with the basketball. Got it to Anthony Terry, put it up, no good. Rebound Sledge for Lorain. Pierre Lewis back into the game. Pierre Lewis, Sledge, Grant, Thomas, and Weatherington are the 5 on the floor for Lorain to begin the fourth quarter. Pierre Lewis with it. Pierre Lewis, baseline left on the drive. Anthony Terry comes over defensively, missed the shot, rebound. Javon Todd. Javon Todd, Jameer Billings, Hitchens, Newton, and Terry are the 5 on the floor for Clearview to begin the fourth. Javon Todd with it. Clippers lead 53-52. Anthony Terry, right elbow with the basketball. Guarded by Pierre Lewis, who has 3 fouls. Gets it out to Javon Todd, man-to-man defense. Gets around Davis, laid it up and in. Javon Todd goes to his left very well, Gary, and he's got 16 in the game.
I was going to say, he's having a very solid ball game this evening.
Yes, he is. 6:50 to go in the ball game. Clearview with a 3-point lead, 55-52. Grant gets it in the corner. They'll get it to Tavon Pierre Lewis outside to Weatherington to try to tie it. No good. Offensive rebound, Pierre Lewis. He's going to go back up and in. He's got 10. 55-54. Clipper lead is 1. Billings has the basketball. Got it out to Josiah Hitchens. to Terry at the foul line. Terry back to the basket. Gets it out to G. Newton, and Newton will hand it off to Hitchens. Hitchens on the give and go. Hitchens had it knocked away, stolen away, and now Hitchens got it right back, and he'll pass it to Javon Todd, lays it in.
Nice ball movement down there by the Clippers.
57-54, Clearview, 6 minutes to play in the game. Or dare I say in regulation. Shot goes up, no good. The 3-ball, no good, and here comes Clearview with a basketball. For the Clippers, G. Newton quickly into the front court. And his pass for Javon Todd knocked away. It's stolen by Pierre Lewis. Pierre Lewis will get it across midcourt. Pierre Lewis on the drive into the lane around Anthony Terry. Yes, and a foul.
Nice aggressive move by Pierre Lewis, taking it to the basket all by himself.
And the foul goes on Anthony Terry, his first, team's fourth. Sam Daniels, Jalen Paschal back in for, Jalen Paschal and Sam Daniels back in for Clearview. And Tavon Pierre-Louis misses the free throw. Offensive rebound, Jordan Jackson put it up, no good. Rebound, Jordan Jackson. Jackson inside, he'll kick it out. And the ball loose on the floor. It's going to go out of bounds to who? It'll be Lorain basketball. 5:26 to go in the game. Clearview leads by 1. Gary, this has been an entertaining game from beginning to, Lorain got that 11-point lead, but ever since then, Clearview came back, and it's been a dogfight ever since.
Yeah, Clearview closed it back down, and after that, I don't think it's gone more than 4 either way.
I agree. Jordan Jackson has it. Jackson inside. Jackson up. No good. Tip back up and in by Weatherington. And Lorain regains the lead. 58-57 Titans on the inbound. We get a whistle and what? Is there a timeout on the floor? Or no, a foul.
That was a nice offensive tip-in by Weatherington.
Yes, it was. Devon Grant with a foul. His second. That's the 7th team foul, Gary, on Lorain. So the rest of the way, Clearview's going to be in the bonus, shooting 5 free throws with 5:07 remaining, and they trail by 1.
1-1.
Javon Todd, front end of the 1-and-1 to tie it. He does. Todd with 10 in the second half, 9 in the first half. He's got 19.
And he's done a nice job of handling the ball for the Clippers as well.
We are tied at 58 with 5:07 remaining. Todd again, good again. 59-58 Clearview. Pierre Lewis with the basketball. He'll bring it, the 6'6" junior. Interesting, handling the basketball. Guarded by Paschal. Hands it off. They run the weave. Back to Pierre Lewis. Pierre Lewis, right side to Jordan Jackson. Jackson on the drive into the lane, put it up, no good. Offensive rebound though, and putting it up and in, a big offensive rebound and put back by Cameron Davis. And we've got a timeout on the floor for the Lorain Titans with 4:33 to go. Lorain leads 60-59, Gary, as both teams huddle around their coaches. And any thoughts you've got here? Any numbers that stand out to you?
I just think that this is a fantastic game, folks, and right now it's very even. Both teams going back and forth. One team gets a basket, the other team almost immediately answers. And the last couple of possessions, Lorain has had a slight advantage, but it's still only a 1-point ball game, Rob.
Yes, it is. The first quarter, the teams were just racing up and down the floor. It was 25-16. I thought we might have a 100-70 game, but I think both teams defensively have kind of done some good things too.
Well, defensively, you're right. They've slowed things down a little bit defensively, but I think it's the offensive tempo has been what's changed. In the first few minutes of play, they were both running up and down the floor and throwing the shot up as fast as they possibly could. Now it's still an up-tempo game, but what they're doing is when they're bringing it down, they're looking for something. They're looking for that first good shot, and a good opportunity to dish it under the basket or whatever, but nonetheless, they're not just running down and throwing it up.
Lorain with just 2 timeouts remaining. Clearview still has all 5. 17 fouls on Lorain, just 4 on Clearview. It's 60-59 Lorain. 4:33 to play, full court pressure. They'll inbound it to Josiah Hitchens in the backcourt. His pass to Billings. Billings tries to throw it over the Lorain defense, and the Titans travel with it after they get the steal.
And two Titans going for the basketball knock each other out.
Yeah, that was Cameron Davis and Devon Grant going for the ball, but the pressure from Lorain, trying to cause pressure and cause problems for Clearview in the backcourt.
And now they back off that pressure as Hitchens brings it across the timeline.
He'll get it up. Baseline left with the basketball, Sam Daniels. Foul line, jumper goes up by Paschal, no good. Rebound, Weatherington for Lorain. Lorain with the basketball, they lead by 1. Cameron Davis with it, 4 minutes to play in this basketball game. Jordan Jackson on the drive, he is going to be fouled. The holding foul is going to go on to Josiah Hitchens. 15 foul on Clearview, no free throws.
Hitchens was riding him with that hand on the hip.
And our 3 officials today, Jeff Toth, Tom Reaney, Gerald Parks, I think have done an excellent job. Tom Reaney there, you see him hand the ball to Tavon Pierre-Lewis.
Pierre-Lewis inbounding the ball.
Pierre-Lewis gets it to Devon Grant. Grant got it to Pierre-Lewis. Pierre-Lewis baseline right, into the lane, forced his way up, nobody's fouled. I think down the stretch, Lorain's going to want to get the ball into the hands of Pierre-Lewis or Devon Grant.
And that's where Pierre-Lewis has that distinct advantage over the Clearview Clippers. Down there in the paint, when he gets that inbound pass.
And Paschal picks up his 4th foul, team 6th. Free throw up and in. Yeah, I agree with you, and I think they want to feed the post, Gary, down the stretch here. Pierre-Lewis now with 13. 61-59, Titans lead by 2 with 3:52 to go. Made them both. Substitution, Anthony Terry checks in. And let's see, coming out of the ball game will be Jameer Billings, the freshman. Maybe Anthony Terry in there to see if he can help out with Pierre-Lewis. Pressure in the backcourt. Hitchens with the basketball. He'll easily get it across midcourt. Titans lead by 3 with 3:45 to go in the game. Anthony Terry, cross court, got it to Paschal. Jalen goes to Javon Todd. Javon Todd gets around Grant, put it up, no foul call, loose on the floor, picked up by Pierre-Lewis. And it's knocked out of bounds. It'll be Titan basketball. And Javon Todd checking to make sure all his parts are still there as he helps himself off the floor.
Looks like he might have dinged up that right hand a little bit, but
good news for Clearview is he's a left-handed player, but it looks like that finger, he's in some discomfort, Gary. Cameron Davis with the basketball, hands it off to Jordan Jackson. 3:12 to go in the basketball game. Titans lead by 3. Devon Grant has it. Grant gets it out to David Weatherington. Back out to Jordan Jackson, edge of the center circle. As we approach 3 minutes in the game. Jackson on the drive to the hole, laid it up, no good. Rebound Paschal. Well, that was a good shot, but they missed it. The long outlet for Anthony Terry, and boy, Clearview with a big time turnover right there, and they take a timeout. 2:53 to go in the ball game. That timeout called there by Coach Sally as the Clippers trail by 3, and Gary, that was a big turnover right there.
Yeah, they got the Clippers got a big rebound and had a nice outlet pass there, but it was just too long for Anthony Terry and turned the ball over. And now the Lorain Titans are going to end up with the ball back and a 3-point lead.
And as you see, the timeout entertainment there for you. The dance team for Lorain, the cheerleaders for Clearview, turning this into a gymnastics meet. Gary, have you ever called gymnastics?
I never have, but I am always so fearful for those girls when they're doing those flips in the air and handsprings, and I'm like, just please make it back down to your feet. And I know they've done it literally probably thousands of times. But it just looks they're so precariously up there in the air. So many bad things could happen.
62-59, the Titans lead by 3. Late stages here of the 4th quarter. Clearview has 4 timeouts remaining, 2 for Lorain. 2:53 to go in the game. Lorain has committed 7 fouls, Clearview with 6. So Lorain, or I should say Clearview, is in the bonus. And the next foul on the Clippers would put Lorain at the line for the rest of the game. This has been a well-played, well-coached game. It's been a well-refereed game, and what I like is, this game is played with emotion. You've got two neighboring communities. It is played with emotion and passion, and there have been zero problems with this game. Between the fans, the players, everybody. It's been a very good basketball game from Lorain High School. Tavon Pierre-Louis with it. Back by the midcourt stripe. Lorain leads by 3 with 2:40 to go. Anthony Terry has him. Pierre-Louis wants to take him. Pierre-Louis will pull it back outside. Lorain taking some time. They're up by 3. Pierre-Louis gets around Terry, is going to kick it outside to Grant. Now they go back outside to the midcourt line. Now they're going to put a shorter Josiah Hitchens on Pierre-Louis. He'll come over and help, and Lorain's playing keep away. And coach is saying foul him. Coach Sally is saying foul. They're going to dump it inside. Shot goes up by Weatherington, and he scores. Boy, that's a great possession by the Titans, Gary. 5-point lead, 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, very nice, very patient. They did what they had to do, and they got the easy basket by Weatherington.
Hitchens made the basket. They called the foul. I don't think they're going to count the basket, Gary. Nope, they are not going to count that basket. Jaden Sledge with the foul. So it's a 1-and-1 for no basket, and it's going to put Hitchens at the line for a 1-and-1. Terry is out, and now coming back into the basketball game is Daniels. Josiah Hitchens, 40% on the year, 1-and-1, front end up, around the rim, no good. Rebound, Tavon Pierre-Louis. He's got it, gets it across the midcourt line. He'll hand it off, and now they're going to go back out, milk some clock. Titans lead by 5 with 1:45 to go. Devon Grant guarded by Hitchens. Got it to Pierre-Louis. He's guarded by Billings, and Billings gets called for the foul. Billings first, team's 7th. And Tavon Pierre-Louis will shoot a 1-and-1.
Well, what Coach Sally has done for Clearview is they brought in a quicker man to guard Pierre-Louis. Because when Pierre-Louis is not down in the paint, when he's out handling the ball, it's a little bit of a challenge for Anthony Terry to cover him.
Timeout on the floor for the Clippers as they trail by 5. And in this fourth quarter, Lorain has outscored Clearview 12-6. So it was a 1-point Clearview lead after 3. Now it's a 5-point Lorain lead, and I like the execution that Lorain has had towards the end of there's Brian Corey, Tony DeMacchia, Bruno Rossitano. Taking a look at some of the fans here tonight, good sized crowd. And I thought Lorain executed really well in the fourth quarter, Gary, and I thought Clearview, made some mistakes. They had some turnovers. And when Lorain got the lead, I just liked the way they played.
Yeah, they've been very patient offensively, running the clock, only taking the good shot when they get it. There was a big shot by Weatherington a couple of minutes ago. We got him on the layup, and right now with a 5-point lead, with 1:36 to go, the Titans are, I don't say they're holding all the cards, but they're holding a lot of them.
They're holding a lot of them. And their hand looks better than the Clearview hand right now. But see what Pierre-Louis does. Front end of the 1-and-1 with 1:36 to go in the ball game, and he hits Tavon Pierre-Louis with 15. 65-59 to Lorain by 6. 1:36 to go. Made them both 3-possession game. Huge free throws by the Titans. Paschal into the front court. 66-59, 90 seconds to play. Got it to Javon Todd. Todd, 3-point line, can't get the shot off. Great defense by the Titans. In the corner, Daniels, long 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Jordan Jackson. We're going to get a whistle, and they're saying Jackson was out of bounds, says Tom Rainey. Give the ball back to Clearview. That's a big-time turnover with 1:18 to go.
That's right. That's going to give Clearview another opportunity, another possession. It appeared as if the Titans had weathered that possession and we're going to take it back down the other way, but now the Clippers get another shot.
Billings to inbound. Billings looking. Billings still looking. And we're going to get a whistle and a holding foul on the Titans on the inbound, says Jeff Todt. Foul on David Weatherington. his second, team's ninth, and Josiah Hitchens, who just missed the front end of a 1-and-1, is back at the line, again, 40% on the year. Josiah line left, front end of a 1-and-1. No good. Minute 15 to go in the game. Rebound, Lorain. They lead by 7 to get it ahead to Weatherington, and he'll lay it in. And Gary, that one might do it. 68-59, Lorain with 1:05 to go.
Nice look up the floor. Weatherington with an easy 2.
Javon Todd's shot blocked, loose on the floor. Comes down to Tavon Pierre-Louis, and he is fouled with 59 seconds to go. Boy, Lorain, the last half of the fourth quarter, really executed well. And Clearview, I mean, Lorain did all the little things, made free throws, kind of played keep away with the basketball. They executed. Clearview turned it over, missed free throws, didn't play well down the stretch.
Well, Lorain has gone on an 8-0 run here. They were up by 1 at 60-59, and now they've put 8 points up on the board that have been unanswered by the Clippers.
And the front end of a 1-and-1 for Tavon Pierre-Louis as the crowd starts to file out. Free throw up, no good. Rebound, Weatherington got the offensive rebound. Right back to Tavon Pierre-Louis. He's fouled again, and he'll go right back to the line with 55 seconds to go in the game. Tavon Pierre-Louis will be shooting a 1-and-1, 9th team foul on Clearview. 68-59 Lorain. They call it double technical foul, so that doesn't mean anything as far as free throws, as there was a little bit of an exchange after that foul. So it'll be Tavon Pierre-Louis at the line, front end of a 1-and-1. Put it up, man, he made it. $17 for Pierre-Louis. 69-59 Titans. As Gary told you, now it's a 9-0 run. Pierre-Louis again put it up and in. So this final score is not going to be any indication of how close this game was. 70-59. Putting it up as Paschal missed it. Rebound comes down to the Titans. They pass it ahead. It's stolen by Hitchens. Hitchens with the basketball. Hitchens put it up. Nobody's fouled with 40 seconds to go. So Josiah Hitchens will shoot a couple of free throws.
Hitchens going to the free throw line. He's 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Missed the front end of a couple of 1-and-1s here in the fourth quarter.
And as you know, Gary, you missed those front end of 1-and-1s. That's just huge. You know, you had a chance to get 4 points. You don't get any. Now he'll shoot 2 free throws. Josiah puts it up, and he makes that one. Hitchens with 9. His first point of the second half, though. 70-60, Lorain with 40 seconds remaining. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Pierre-Louis for Lorain. He's going to get it into the front court. Got it to David Weatherington, laid it up. Yes, and a foul. So Weatherington with 14, 8 of them here in the fourth quarter.
I was going to say Weatherington's had a very nice fourth quarter.
Paschal with the foul, that's his 5th. He fouls out. Leaves the game with 3 points. First player to foul out for either team. That'll bring Anthony Terry back in. Coach Sally giving Jalen Paschal a hug as he comes out of the ball game with 31 seconds remaining. Weatherington put it up, around rim and out, no good. Rebound, Hitchens. He's going to pass it ahead to Billings. Billings at the foul line, got it to Anthony Terry. Terry inside, pass knocked away by Devon Grant. Grant got it to Tavon Pierre-Louis, he'll slam it.
He got that one, there was no doubt about it.
74-60, 10 seconds to go. That puts an exclamation point on this ball game. Anthony Terry with the basketball back outside. Jameer Billings, wide open 3, got it. Billings with the open 3, and that'll do it. Our final score tonight, it was the Lorain Titans 74, the Clearview Clippers 63. And the Titans with the win go to 9-2. With the loss, the Clippers will drop to 9-2. We're going to take this time out. When we come back, we'll wrap it up after Gary adds up his numbers. Again, boys varsity basketball was Lorain 74, Clearview 63. We'll be back to wrap it up after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Denary Perkins Hammonds. I'm 17 years old and in 10th grade at Lorain High School. I'm studying graphic design through Lorain High's Career Tech Education program. I started the program this year because I like making things on computers. We've made calendars, movie posters, book covers, and CD covers. I like the creativity component. Our teacher, Mr. Pappas, is showing us how to use Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. These software programs allow me to recreate images and make images of my own design. When you walk into our class, you'll see students showing their creativity on the computers through those programs. Everyone's on task and really focused. Overall, the class is pretty good and Pappas gives a demonstration of each project. I'm in Graphic Design 1 this year, and next year I'll be taking Graphics 2. I'm excited about it. If you're creative and like to be able to express your ideas without any limits, then this is the program for you. I'm pretty sure that this is what I want to do one day, and it's all thanks to Lorain High's Career Tech Graphic Design program.
You see some of the crowd filing out here as the Lorain Titans defeat Clearview by a score of 74-63. Boy, a big fourth quarter for the Titans. They outscored Clearview 22-10 to win at 74-63. Scoring by quarters, Lorain led after one, 25-16. Clearview cut into the lead in the second quarter, outscoring Lorain 23-15. At halftime, Lorain led 40-39. Third quarter, Clearview outscored Lorain 14-12. The Clippers led heading into the fourth quarter 53-52, and in the fourth quarter it was all Lorain. They outscored Clearview 22-10 to win it 74-63. With the win, Lorain improves to 9-2 overall. With the loss, Clearview drops to 9-2. Next up for the Lorain Titans, on Tuesday they're going to go to Medina, and then next Friday they'll be home to take on Warrensville Heights. For Clearview, on Tuesday, they're going to be home to take on Firelands. Friday, they're home for Columbia. And a week from tonight, they're home to take on Elyria. That's probably why Brett Larrick and Mike Walsh were here scouting this ball game, as Clearview and Elyria will play next Saturday. Take a look at individual scoring first for the victorious Lorain Titans. Jordan Jackson, 5 in the first half, 7 in the second half, finished with 12. Tavon Pierre-Lewis, 8 in the first half, 12 in the second half to finish with a team-high 20. He was tied with that team-high 20 with Devon Grant. 15 in the first half, 5 in the second half, Grant with 20. David Weatherington had 6 in the first half, 8 in the fourth quarter to finish with 14. 66 points from the starting 5 of Lorain, 4 of the 5 starters in double figures. Jodeci Kreit started, did not score. Off the bench, Cameron Davis had a field goal for 2. Jaden Sledge had 2. First half, 3-point field goals for 6. 8 off the bench, 66 for the starters gave Lorain their victorious total of 74. For the Clearview Clippers, Jalen Paschal had a 3-pointer in the first quarter to finish with 3. He fouled out late in the contest with about 30 seconds remaining. Sam Daniels in the ball game had 13 in the first half, 3 in the second half. Daniels, one of 2 Clippers in double figures with 16. Javon Todd led the Clippers in scoring. The junior, who came in averaging 16 points a game tonight, had 9 in the first half, 11 in the second half. He finished with 20. Jameer Billings tonight with 9 points, 7 of them in the second half. 48 points from the starting 5 of Clearview. Starting and not scoring was G. Newton. Off the bench, Josiah Hitchens had a quality ball game. The junior, averaging 5.6 a game, had 9 points, 8 in the first half, 1 in the second half. Anthony Terry tonight had 6 points. 15 off the bench, 48 for the starters gave Clearview their total of 63. Seeing action off the bench and not scoring was Darian Jackson. So again, Lorain wins it by a score of 74-63. For the Clippers, they are now 9-2. With the win, Lorain is now 9-2. Gary, how you coming with those numbers? I see you got that calculator cranked up. You know, Bob Schlembaker, he's not really into overtime. He likes to kind of get in and out. And
I'm getting dangerously close.
You're getting dangerously close? Well, we can milk it a little bit as you see the fans file out. The JV game went to Lorain, and we should say earlier today, Gary was here, and the Lorain Titans girls varsity basketball team with a win over Bedford, 51-49. So congratulations to Mark Feldman's Lorain Lady Titans. They get a win in Lake Erie League play today. And I think the calculator's been put away. That means Gary Pelter's ready for his post-game numbers.
Well, we'll look very quickly at the final stats. And unofficially on the evening for the Clearview Clippers, They were 25 of 48 for 52% from the field on the evening, 5 of 7 from three-point range for 71%. They finished the night from the charity stripe, 8 of 12 for 67%. For the Titans from Lorain High, they were 28 of 51 for 55% from the field, 6 of 12 from three-point range for 50% from outside the arc, and 12 of 19 for 63% from the free throw line. The big difference was, I think, that fourth quarter of play. The Titans were 8 of 13 from the field. They were also 6 of 8 from the charity stripe for a total of 22 points. Incidentally, all 6 of those free throws were from Tavon Pierre-Louis, and he got 6 of 8 for 75% by himself from the charity stripe there in that fourth and final quarter. While Clearview, they were only 3 of 9 from the field in the fourth quarter of play. And credit some of that to the really good defense by the Titans. Titans clamped down a little bit on the stretch, and they did what they had to do coming down to the end of the ball game as they outscored, as you said, they outscored the Clearview Clippers 22-10 in that fourth and final quarter, Rob.
Yeah, and that's going to about do it for us, Gary. An excellent ball game tonight. Just your final thoughts as we get set to call it a night.
I think it was a very good ball game. The Titans righted their ship a little bit after their loss the other night, and the Clippers came over here to Lorain, and like you said, they've had some hard times the last couple of years when they played Lorain High, but this year they can go home with their heads held high because they played a very good ball game. It just was not quite enough coming down the final stretch there.
Clearview plays like that, they're going to win a lot more games in the second half of the season, no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
All right, a lot of people to thank. I want to thank Bob Schlembaker for all the fine camera work, and of course, Gary, great to work with you, and thank you again. And of course, Lorain City Schools Athletic Director Brian Corey for all his help, and appreciate both head coaches, John Rossitano and John Sally, as well.
A pleasure to work with you as well, Rob.
One more time, we'll let you know the final score. It was Lorain 74, Clearview 63. You've been watching boys varsity basketball on WLCS TV 20, home of Lorain City Schools Television.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.